Alright, I want you guys to see this. Now, in the accident, this is your driver's side intake boot. This comes off the intercooler and goes up to the actual intake on the truck. And in the accident, where the intercooler was damaged, this boot was damaged as well, pretty much destroyed. Now, I was thinking I could buy just this boot somewhere, and if I were to go online and look hard enough, long enough, I could probably find one. But because Dodge made these with these like permanent clamps here, see, there's no way to loosen that, it's just made on there. They're only gonna sell you a complete replacement tube for like 300 and some odd bucks. So this is our 2014 Ram 2500 rebuild project. If you're new to the channel, this is Victoria's truck. Victoria is the young lady that was driving my red Ram in the hay video last week. But she was involved in a little bit of a front-end collision during a snowstorm, and insurance decided they wanted to total this. Now, she bought it new and she was pretty attached to it, so after inspecting the damage ourselves, we decided it was something we could keep and rebuild and put back on the road and save a lot of money, really, and come out with a really nice, really well done truck. So we did keep it from the insurance company. Now, because Victoria is the original owner in the state of Wyoming, this truck will retain a clean title. That's a question I've been asked quite a bit, is will this thing have a salvage title when it's done? And at least in the state of Wyoming, right now, the answer is no. So that's just kind of a nice thing about living here and her being the original owner in this situation. Now, we have farmed out some of the work on this job. There was frame damage, so we carried it down to a frame shop and they repaired that for us. They also replaced those white fender mounting arms you see there. Those were all crushed. They had to be cut off and re-welded to the cab, or new ones welded to the cab. And we just got it back from that a few weeks ago. We did a video on bringing it back and having the topper installed that I will link to down in the description, and haven't really done much with it since then. It certainly hasn't been for a lack of desire, but unfortunately it's been for a lack of parts. Now, we talked about buying a complete parts truck for this job, but we couldn't find one in good enough shape fast enough because, you know, we really did want to get moving on this sooner rather than later. Being a 2014, it is just a little new to be showing up in any of the local junkyards around here, so that didn't really do us a lot of good. And finding good used parts in good condition has been, it's been tricky. Even when we thought we had found some parts, like the hood there, we thought we had found a hood and that deal didn't work out. So Victoria ended up going all the way from Cheyenne down to Colorado Springs to get the hood and the front fenders there that had to be replaced. But we have all the major parts now. I was actually hoping to have the truck done this weekend, but we did have a couple of little issues come up. The driver's side headlight there is actually new, and it's got a mounting tab broken off of it, so we've got to get that swapped out. And then there were a couple of other little things that we need to get done. We're waiting on a hopefully last order of parts right now that'll have the fan shroud, and we should be getting the seat belts back from being repaired pretty soon also. There are some pretty serious upgrades for the truck planned right now as well. The first one is going to be the front bumper. We are not going back with the factory style bumper. We're going to do some sort of off-road one. Haven't really decided what yet, so if you guys have a suggestion, please leave it down in the comments below if there's a particular bumper you would like to see on this thing, because it is being built as a working canine truck, a working dog truck. So we're also going to be installing a 5,000 watt power inverter in the bed now to power a cooling system since it has the topper. And we're going to be putting the same security camera system in this truck that I have in my red Ram. If you guys have seen in some of the other videos, that little camera attached to the front windshield there of my truck, That's a 24/7 live monitoring security camera. It's really neat. I can see inside the truck and outside the truck 24/7, whether it's running or not, whether I'm near it or not. It is absolutely ideal for being able to take the dogs with me and keep an eye on them if I can't take them, inside wherever it is I have to go. It's brilliant for that because I can see them in the truck. I can see out over the hood at what they're seeing outside the truck. There's a microphone. I can talk to them if I want to. It's really, really cool, but I'll get way more in depth on that in another video. But for this purpose, we're putting that system in here. We're also looking at one of the rear seat replacement canine units with a cooling system with window guards that would go over the side windows there in the rear doors as well. But all that's going to be in upcoming videos as we get to it. This isn't the only automotive project or even the only white pickup project I've been working on here lately, though. While we've been waiting and searching for parts for the Ram, I have been working on the transmission problem in the $500 Ranger, and long story short, ended up buying a junkyard 5-speed transmission to put in it. I finished that job up today, only to discover my junkyard 5-speed transmission did not have reverse. I mean, you can put it into reverse and you can release the clutch in reverse, but it doesn't move in reverse. So I got to figure out what to do there. That's one of those risks you kind of have to accept when you're dealing with junkyard parts. I mean, unless you can see the truck it came out of and maybe, see that it was in a rollover or some major accident, then your odds are good of getting, a decent engine or decent transmission out of it. But in a situation like this where I bought this online from a recycler, I didn't get to see what it came out of, so who knows? I actually had the thought, who scraps a vehicle because the manual transmission goes bad? That never happens. So, not sure exactly what I'm going to do there. I sent a message to the place I bought it from. I'm sure I'll hear from them tomorrow. And then either I can try to find another transmission for this thing, or maybe I can take the rebuild kit I bought for the original transmission, and it might, between the two transmissions, I might have enough good parts there to be able to make one decent one. There's a shot of that, maybe. But like with any project, it will throw you for a few little loops along the way, like I'm going to discover in this video here. The fender mounting arms you see there, something is off, and I don't know what and I don't know where. I'm not sure if it's the hood hinge might be bent or if those mounting arms might be a little out of whack. But when I put the new outer fender on this truck, the hood is going to hit it just ever so slightly enough. So I got to find whatever is throwing that off and get that adjusted out and fixed or replaced or whatever needs to be done to get that right. But overall, we've made decent progress on this thing, and I'm hoping to get it finished and get it driving this coming week. I'm waiting on 2 more parts orders to show up, and then we're going to have to take it into town and have the front end alignment done and have the air conditioning system vacuumed and recharged and refilled with oil and serviced and everything the way it needs to be. I know this isn't the farming video you might have been expecting because we do have a new Massey Ferguson and we are right dead in the middle of hay season, but as you can see in the distance back there, we have been getting some pretty severe weather the last few days. Not just rain, but there have been reports of golf ball sized hail. One day, I think it was Friday or Saturday, it hailed so badly, they actually had to bring out snow plows to clear Interstate 25 right here around Cheyenne. And it's just the daily rain and hailstorm that has kept us out of the field. So we were fortunate to find the last of the major parts we needed right now, and it's an opportune time to get this done, get the White Ranger done, and get a couple of these other vehicular projects like that 1965 Ford C600. It's going to be getting new tires and brakes and then going on to bigger and better things. We're in the process of acquiring parts for the 1965 International Scout we're going to be rebuilding. Elliot has picked up some new axles for that thing that we're going to be getting shipped out here. We're going to be getting some suspension parts for it. And once we get started on that, you guys are going to see all that right here on the channel as well. But right now, our big thing is to get through hay season. We've picked up a little more ground that I'm going to tell you a lot more about in upcoming videos. But the way summer is flying by, it feels like before long we're going to be bringing the cows home for the winter and starting to feed them. And then we'll be getting into some winter projects and some builds like a hydraulic bale unroller I want to build, and potentially even a snow plow to go on the loader for that new Massey 1135 we just bought. But for tonight, we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't, and more later.